cat tail. Oh, there's a cat. He's usually the shy one. So by the time you're watching this video, you have already completed the MLA Poetry Citation assignment and are ready to start digging deeper in analyzing the poem that you've chosen. This video is going to focus on commentary. So the commentary, the explanation that you're writing, it's a bridge between the evidence and the thesis. Just a reminder, we're taking this essay really slow. Each week, you're going to be taking kind of baby steps and growing your thinking and writing. I'm less concerned with getting it done fast and more so with giving you the tools to feel confident and writing about literature really clearly and articulately. So I want to take some time this week for you to just sort of get back in that mindset. What does writing about literature look like and how can you do it well? I know that we've studied this, but it's been a while since we've thought this way when it comes to writing about literature. So this video corresponds with the 5th slide this week, examine sample commentary. Step 1 says open up the document titled Commentary Examples. So I'm going to do that here. What you need to do is read through each of the 3 examples, thinking about what is effective and ineffective. And then this video, once you've sort of thought about it on your own, is going to help you make sense of some of these thoughts. So you've heard me probably say commentary, reasoning, explanation. I use these 3 terms interchangeably, and I purposefully use different ones at different times because I want you to understand all of these words mean the same thing, and so when you hear a teacher saying reasoning or commentary or explanation, they're all asking you to do the same thing. It's like when I say a claim is a thesis statement, which is like a topic sentence, you're getting used to this terminology and how it can be interchanged, so when you cross into different classes, you know what type of writing you're supposed to do. So I'm going to read through each sample and offer some of my commentary on it. Sample 1A. In the first half of the poem, Sappho develops the speaker as adoring as she observes the one she loves talking with a man. The speaker says, "Sweet speaking and lovely laughing," lines 4 to 5. The speaker adores the way her loved one acts as she interacts with the man. She clearly has strong feelings for the person she is watching. Next, the speaker says, "Oh, it puts the heart in my chest on wings," lines 5 to 6. The mention of heart obviously shows love. The speaker's heart is soaring beyond her body. This shows the speaker's attitude as adoring. The first thing that this paragraph does is establish a trait of the speaker, adoring. We get a little hint about why the writer thinks this as she observes the one she loves talking with a man. Okay, so we have the speaker and this sort of narrative situation. Let's dig a little deeper. So the topic sentence is pretty good, but now let's see if the commentary can help us understand why this writer has come to the conclusion that the speaker is adoring. The evidence is introduced fairly poorly. This is kind of a lazy introduction. The speaker says it doesn't really give any purpose to the evidence or help us understand how this piece of evidence is going to tie in to that trait, adoring. And here's where we start the commentary. The speaker adores the way her loved one acts as she interacts with the man. She clearly has strong feelings for the person she is watching. Overall, this is very weak commentary. It is commentary, and so I'm glad that it exists over not existing, but we don't get any sense of connection between the actual words from the quote and the claim that was previously stated. So how do we know the speaker adores the way her loved one is acting? What this commentary should get to is, okay, the words sweet and lovely help portray the speaker as adoring towards the subject, but this doesn't quite get there. She clearly has strong feelings for the person she is watching. How do you know the speaker has strong feelings? How do we know the speaker adores? How do we know they have strong feelings? That's what your commentary needs to say. Next, the speaker says, again, kind of a lazy introduction, "Oh, it puts the heart in my chest on wings." The mention of heart obviously shows love. So this is successful in that the writer has pulled out a specific word, heart, and made a connection with love. The speaker's heart is soaring beyond her body. That's not terrible, but it leaves us wanting so much more. So we see this use of figurative language. We talked about figurative language a couple weeks ago. I'm bringing it back here. So we know the speaker's heart is not literally flying. However, I don't understand if this writer knows that. So I'm really left wondering, like, okay, but what is the soaring beyond? What does that mean? What's the effect of this figurative language? This is sort of like the skeleton of commentary, and it really needs to be kind of fleshed out more. So overall, I would say this is really kind of at a developing level. This can be worked and tweaked and made better. This reads very much like a rushed first draft, and I wouldn't really expect this in a finished piece of writing. Next, we have sample 1B. In the first half of the poem, the speaker is adoring as she describes the person she loves. The person sweet speaking and lovely laughing, lines 4 to 5. The words the speaker uses to describe the person she is watching show how much she adores that person. The speaker says, "Oh, it puts the heart in my chest on wings," line 5 to 6. The speaker feels love and excitement because she adores the person that she is watching. Hopefully, your instincts on this sample were that it was largely ineffective. In fact, this is worse than 1A. The topic sentence or the claim is weaker, it's less specific, and the commentary is virtually non-existent. There is one sentence after each quote, neither of which offer specific insight into the writer's thinking. First of all, this introduction, the person, is very vague. And then the words, okay, what words? Which words specifically describe the person? It's not enough to just say the words or the quote show this, because that doesn't show me that you actually understand what the text is saying. I need to clearly see through your commentary that you understand and have made an interpretation. Truthfully, this first bit of commentary really just repeats the poorly worded claim, and then here the speaker feels love and excitement. Okay, but how do you know there's no connection between the quote, "Put the heart in my chest on wings," and these feelings of love and excitement? It's very weak and extremely underdeveloped. This type of writing would probably get maybe a D, but it would, truthfully, it's below grade level. You can all write better than this. If you haven't figured it out, 1C is my best example. This is the one I am the most proud of. In the first half of the poem, Sappho develops the speaker as adoring as she observes the one she loves talking with a man. The speaker comments on her lover's sweet speaking and lovely laughing, lines 4 to 5. The speaker adores the way her loved one acts, commenting on the voice and laugh of the person. The speaker gives kind words like sweet and lovely, showing her fondness for the subject. The speaker goes on to describe her joy at watching her beloved. "Oh, it puts the heart in my chest on wings," lines 5 to 6. In these lines, the speaker expresses her adoration through the figurative description of her heart flying. The speaker is so fascinated with the loved one that it makes her heart feel like it is soaring beyond her body. This thrill that the speaker feels from watching the subject reinforces her adoring attitude. So clearly we have multiple sentences of commentary here. We have the same kind of claim, developing the speaker as adoring, but the introduction to the evidence really gives context for the commentary that is to follow. The speaker comments on the lover's sweet speaking and lovely laughing, and we specifically can see not just that the speaker feels adoring, but specifically towards the action, specifically towards the voice, towards the laugh. We see words that reinforce that interpretation. And then again, this second quote about the heart on wings, here the writing has not only acknowledged that it's a figurative description, but commented on the effect of that figurative description. So the commentary tells you what I'm thinking in a very clear and precise way. If you have any questions about these, please stop into office hours. I hope you can see that they are of varying quality, and you can be critical about it. I wrote all of them, so when I say the writer, it's really just me. I don't care, you can be hard on me, grade me, whatever. It might feel good to give me a hard time, I don't know. And so there's nothing to submit for this task this week, I simply want you to understand what makes effective commentary because your next task is to write your own. So what you're gonna do next, and this is on slide 6, is go back to the assignment from last week. So this assignment was called Poem Choice and Trait Identification Assignment, and the document that's attached in there is titled Poem Speaker Essay. You're going to type in the bottom half of the second page. So you've already done the top box where you've chosen your poem, identified 2 different traits, and you're going to scroll down now and complete the chart on the bottom. I did notice that a few of you have already done this, and you shouldn't have done it. It says due May 15th. There were no instructions on how to do it, so if you did it, you are gonna have to spend time this week going back and revisiting it. In this chart, you need to not only have your evidence properly cited and formatted, but have explanation, aka commentary, written out about that piece of evidence. So when you go into my example here, what you'll see is basically what you just saw in those examples. So this is a lot of the hard work actually already, and so spending some time on this now is going to make work easier for you next week and the week after. That's not to say it needs to be perfect because you are still practicing, but putting forth your best effort now is gonna allow me to help give you feedback and make that final product a more polished and professional piece of writing. But right now, it's just about getting your commentary, getting your evidence, paying attention to formatting, paying attention to precision. That's the biggest task you have for this week. So this is where you should be devoting a lot of your energy and efforts. I'll quickly touch on the final task for this week. That is to draft a thesis statement. So once you've submitted the commentary, you need to start thinking about a thesis. So you have your traits. Take a minute to revisit the prompt. Remember, the prompt reads, identify the complex attitude of the speaker in your poem and describe how that attitude is shown throughout the poem. And then there's a Google form titled Draft Thesis Statement, and literally all you do is pick your poem, put the draft of your thesis statement, and hit submit, and you get 5 points. Like, you've done this before, so you know how to write claims. Hopefully this is easy at the end of the week. Next week, we're gonna workshop and revise these, so please remember it is a draft. Draft literally means to make a version of something that will need more work in order to be finished. So if it's perfect, then you didn't do it right. Well, that's all I got. Enjoy the meme I made. It's not like that funny, it's just cute. Spoiler, it's Baby Yoda. Miss you guys, as always. Come visit me in office hours. It's lonely. Bye.
A student of error who can only prevail, 'cause learning is trying and trying is hard. When it feels like falling's gonna tear you apart, but now I'm ready to win.